And welcome back to WTL, everybody. I'm your host, Andy Klassen, joined by
Gibran.
Oh, the Parlay Pounder.
Yes, sir. We're back.
And oh my goodness, if people have been following our Twitter handle, they've been noticing you've been smashing some of those parlay.
You got to. It's one of the best time of year in sports. You got baseball going on, just finishing up.
Yep.
Basketball's just starting. Hockey just started, and football. So there's you can't miss a night, Andy. You can't miss a night.
You can't miss a night. For all the DJs out there, do not miss a night. Well, yeah. In the NBA and so many apps out there, you're really allowed to get creative with some of these player props.
Oh, for sure. And those are fun for just a Wednesday or Tuesday play. Throw $10 on a couple guys to score over 20 points. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It is.
It gives you a reason to stay up past 11 to watch some West Coast basketball.
Exactly.
No doubt about it.
Exactly.
All right, well, let's dive right into our slate. That is Thursday night football.
Yeah.
It's on like another streaming service or something. We've been talking about Prime.
Amazonian Prime.
There we go. The Falcons heading over to Carolina to play the Panthers, where your Panthers find themselves a home dog.
Yeah.
2.5 points.
So surprising. Yeah. No, I haven't had much to cheer about with my Panthers this year, losing our best player, obviously, to the San Francisco 49ers in a trade.
Yeah.
But no, there's no surprise to me that the Falcons are picked here. The Falcons are 5-1 ATS against the spread in their last 6 games against Carolina. The Panthers showed their true colors last week against the Bengals. I have no interest in betting on whoever the Panthers are going to start at quarterback. P.J. Walker, Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold. No matter who it is, I'm still taking the points with the Falcons as a small favorite. The big issue here, Andy, is that the Panthers are so bad against the run, and that's bad when you're going against the Atlanta Falcons because they rank 12th in the NFL at 4.8 yards per carry.
Right.
They're going to speed this game up by just running over the Panthers defense and winning this game at least by 3 points. So I would taking that 2.5 to the bank for the Falcons.
You like the Falcons there, huh?
Yes, sir.
I've been listening to a lot of cappers, and this is a game. It's Thursday night, so everyone's talking about it.
Right.
And, itching to get a bet in. And there's been a lot of positivity out there as far as backing the Carolina Panthers, and I think a lot of it has to do with a home dog.
For sure.
Maybe the Panthers aren't as bad as they showed last week, because that was bad.
It was bad.
It was really bad.
But, I mean, we called that too, picking the Bengals in the NFL parlay. But, no, the Panthers team really isn't a bad team, Andy. They just are missing key pieces. The quarterback play is a big one, and they're kind of in limbo right now without a direction to go, without a head coach. So it's just they don't have a direction of the way the team wants to go. They're starting an XFL quarterback over a Heisman Trophy winner right now, so they just don't really know what they're going to do. So I'm going to take the Falcons, who played a really, really good game against the Chargers last week, and I think they're going to build on that momentum.
Yeah, and the Panthers, they're 2-7 this season. In the last 9 games, they're 3-6 against the spread. I think if I had a lean, it would be towards the under. Thursday, all the things we talked about, weak offenses, short week, all those things. I think the under might be the play to have here.
I agree. I like that under a lot, Andy.
And it's at 42.5 right now. And of course, everyone's smashing the over. That's the majority of the money.
Well, just like you said, Andy, it's just Thursday night football. Everybody's itching to get that NFL pick in, and life's too short to bet the unders. That's the big big saying in the betting community. So no, I really do like that under, because I don't see Carolina scoring more than 2 touchdowns, and Atlanta is going to score 3 tops. So
all righty. So we're on ESPN Radio. Let's give a little love to an ESPN Thursday night broadcast.
Yeah.
College football. The Golden Hurricanes. Once again, we're always talking about Tulsa. They always get that Thursday night game. Going to Memphis to play the Tigers.
Yeah.
All righty. And Memphis, they are a 6.5 point favorite. That's a kickoff on 6:30 on ESPN once again there.
Yeah, Andy. And in some places you can still find this Memphis -6, Memphis -6.5. So you got to shop it around a little bit.
Probably close around 7. It'll probably close around
7.
The
one thing that I am going to say here, Andy, is I don't know too much about these two teams, but I know that they score, and the defenses are lacking. So what we were just talking about in the earlier thing with the Falcons and Panthers, these teams score, both averaging over 30 points a game. The over-under sitting at 61.5 is where I see it, Andy.
Yep.
And
that's
you
right.
got to smash that over. No matter who's playing quarterback for the Golden Hurricane, the Memphis defense is giving up 30 points per game, and the Memphis offense is scoring 30 points per game. So I really like a shootout here, Andy, and the over is going to hit no matter what.
No, I like all that, and that's the style of ball that these two teams play.
Of course.
61.5, and of course that over is getting smashed like 70% of the money.
Yeah.
That's public money, that's sharp money, that's all the money.
It's all the money. It's all the money.
So you better get it in as early as possible.
Yeah.
Go ahead and get on your app or wherever you're at and get that in as soon as you hear this, because, if you want to bet that, it's probably going to get shot up.
No doubt about it. And like I said, I don't really know which way to lean. Obviously, I would lean toward Memphis money line, probably just as the home favorite.
Yeah.
You can get that at minus 240, so that might be a little, a nice parlay piece. But the big thing I'm looking at here is the over at 61.5.
Yeah, a couple of really big bucks have that at minus 240, so that might be a little too juicy for a lot of guys out
Exactly.
there.
Yep.
But yeah, those are your probably two best bets on this one.
I think so.
All right, let's head on over to Friday night, an FS1 late night 8:30 kickoff, and that's the Colorado Buffaloes.
Yeah.
Heading out to California to take on the USC Trojans. I think everyone expected Lincoln Riley to make changes and do well this year.
Yeah.
But 8-1?
With number 8 in the nation. This is a little too fast for my liking as, a hater of the USC Trojans. But no, they look like, what, as advertised, Andy,
And he brought some guys with him.
Of course.
From Oklahoma, Pittsburgh, the receiver,
Yep.
That won the award last year.
And, Caleb Williams, obviously.
My goodness, and I think this line has gone up even since I studied this a couple hours ago.
Yeah,
I'm looking at a 34-point spread.
Yep, that's what it is right now, is 34-point spread, and that's so crazy because the over-under is sitting at 66.5, Andy. So you're going to call me a lunatic for what I'm about to say, but the best bet of the night is the over.
The over?
The over. Over 66.5 points. That is absolutely insane. But the Colorado defense just will not be able to stop these guys. The USC offense will have at least 40 points in this game. So I am banking on that Colorado offense to get me at least 20.
Oh, you think they can do that?
I do believe that they can do that. And if they don't, I think USC might actually, bump that up and
70.
Bump it up to 59 or something. So I really think the over is the best bet of the night. It's so hard for me to when college football games have a spread over 5 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's so hard to take because they could get up by a lot, USC, and kind of lay off the break or whatever. And Colorado could each their way back into it against the second and third stringers.
Well, not even inch their way into it, but get down by 3 scores.
Exactly. Yeah. Lincoln Riley's going to be like, okay, we're still up by 28 points.
Healthy. They want to stay healthy.
I think that's fine if we win the game by 4 touchdowns. Obviously, that's still not covering. But I don't like putting money on a question mark like that.
Right.
I know that USC can score enough points to cover this spread.
Right.
And if it was full bore the entire way, I would definitely take it.
Sure.
But the only thing that I am looking at with anything is that over.
Yeah, and I think USC's fallen victim to that a couple of times. The scenarios just like you're talking about, because they're only 5-4 against the spread
for sure.
Even though they're 8-1,
yeah.
But they'll jump on teams, they'll get up, they'll pour it on in the first half, and then they'll ease up in the second half.
Exactly.
Like, why risk injury, right?
Don't need to.
Don't need to at all. All righty. Well, before we move any further ahead, let's take a look back and go over some of our hits and misses.
Yeah.
And we had a pretty good week.
We did.
All things considered, more hits than misses, but a big one really for both of us. And why is it a surprise to me? Texas.
Yep.
Got me again. We thought Kansas State at home, catching 2.5. The line closed at 3.
Yeah.
Bookies had that one wrong. Texas ended up winning by 7.
No, exactly. Everybody was kind of scratching their heads on why is Kansas State at home the dog by 3 points.
Yeah.
They're ranked 13. Longhorns are barely ranked at 24, 25 in most polls.
Yeah.
Why were they picked to win? And they showed us why. Most of us jumped on that K-State money line and kind of got our
Yeah, got handed to you.
Got handed to us.
Got it handed to you.
And, Texas came out and won by 7. So they covered and, beat Kansas State at home by a touchdown.
Well, and there's just too much going on, too much for Kansas State. And all I bought into it, too. I mean, with their third-string quarterback, just had such a strong performance the week before. They're at home. They know it's a big game, and they've had Texas's number over the past few years.
Yeah, they did. And Adrian did play a great game against Texas. He really did. They were down 31-10, mounted a big comeback, just couldn't score at the end.
Right.
Adrian, we've seen him before. He fumbled really late in the game, which,
Adrian
kind of hung his head or whatever a little bit. But it was a very fun game to watch, but it didn't shake out the way we planned.
And I believe we'll just kind of slide into some hits here.
Yeah.
On our college pick'em on play action pools, I actually hit 7 of 8 home dogs.
Woo!
So, and Kansas State, of course. Wah, wah.
Wah, wah, wah. That was the one you missed.
Yep. So, but let's talk about some hits on some other games.
Yeah, Andy, my biggest hit of the weekend, just because all the parlays we're riding on it, was the Monday Night Football NFL Ravens versus Saints. And if you guys were listening last week, we were both on the Ravens, covering the spread, coming in as the the favorite on the road. The line was just at -1.5, and we really thought that the Ravens would probably win by at least a touchdown, maybe more, and they ended up winning by 14 points. So we really smacked that one, and Lamar came to play on that game.
Yes, he did, and I was thankful for that because, of course, he's my fantasy football quarterback.
Of course.
But my insurance was Justin Tucker, the kicker. I thought he could at least get me up by a field goal.
Yeah.
He's just such a weapon.
And if you looked, I had a Monday night parlay with Justin Tucker over 1.5 field goals.
Yep.
That cashed out as well.
All right, now we mentioned play action pools, and we had that season-long contest. Came to an end so we could get the award, the prizes out there to everybody.
Exactly.
Who did we have winning this thing?
Yeah, for our college pick'em, we had Kurt Schmidt out of Kearney. He's a loyal listener to the Doug and Daddy Show, as long as Where's the Line. So, congratulations, Kurt. We sent those Husker tickets to you to go watch them versus the Badgers here in a week or so. And, thank you everybody for playing, and that was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. We had some really sharp listeners.
We had
and some players.
Exactly. We had a lot of people, and people didn't realize that it wasn't just a pick 'em. It was pick against the spread, and that is a lot harder to do than just picking a loser or a winner. So, thank you for everybody for jumping in on that, and congratulations to Kurt with those Husker tickets that he won.
That's super awesome. Enjoy the tickets. Glad you played along. Glad you're listening. Like you said there, Jabron, it's because of the listeners that this thing has been able to grow the way it has been.
For sure.
And a big shout out to Doug and Daddy and those guys in the program they put on in front of us, if you're listening to us on ESPN Tri-Cities Radio. All right, don't go anywhere, folks. More WTL is on the way.